Morning, everybody. Welcome to the farm. Oh, the wind has picked up. So it's June 4th. We all know what day that is anyway. Big, glorious day planned. We have no idea what we're doing yet. Well, at least Mary has no idea what we're doing yet. Um, Thought we'd do some updates and let y'all know what we've been doing. So Mary bought me a drone. I gotta tell you this story because it's kind of hysterical. Mary bought me a drone so that we could do some aerial pictures of the property, seeing how Google Earth is like 10 years behind. And you know how I am with reading instructions, don't do it. First thing on the instructions apparently is do not fly the drone inside the house. Well, of course I did, and it managed to hit everything inside the cabin before I got it stopped. And then I decided, okay, well, Mary was working upstairs. I took the drone outside over there and started it up, looking at the controls, lifted it off the ground, and then it took off down the field, down that way. And it took me a little while to find it because at a certain point it lost signal with the controller and it just took a nosedive down into the weeds. So it took me probably a couple hours to find it. Now it's in the bedroom waiting for Mary to read the instructions and tell me how to operate the stupid thing so we can get some aerial pictures. So that's the story of the drone on the property. Um, what else is going on? We're still working with the county trying to get the permit to put in the driveway that we have already put in. Uh, Kind of a snag on that. Apparently they don't like it on the corner of the property, even though the whole length of our property is one big curve. So we don't know how they're going to work with that. We've had to hire an engineer. Hopefully we can get something done with that. We have surveyor, what we've lined up. They're going to survey the property so that we can put up a fence around the property. Apparently hunters like this piece of property because the big elk hang out on this property. And yes, we do see the big elk come through the property, and Mary will tell you about that in a little bit. What else is going on? We're still working on the money, so here's the update on the money that Mary found. We went to town hall in Williams. So helpful. They were looking on all their databases trying to find something that they could link to the property. Apparently the property has changed numbers over the years, so we're having to look under a different number than the number that we have now. Library had nothing on it, so we went to the Williams Gazette.
Williams Grand Canyon News.
Williams Grand Canyon News, which began operation in
1890.
1890. And so we're looking for something between 1928 and 1934. So the money is printed 1928. The newspaper that was with the money, 1934. Guess what happened in Arizona, in Williams, that happened to all that paperwork at that specific time? There was fire and it all burned up. I mean, what are the odds of that group of years? I mean, it seems like every time we talk to anybody, oh, well, it caught on fire. The whole city of Jerome burned to the ground at one point. So now we're trying to, the next option is to go to Flagstaff, go to the Court of Records to see what we can find there. We're hoping to find something that shows a picture of a cabin in the same spot as our cabin, that would explain the money being there, because our cabin was built in 1982, which is well after the money was buried. So we're trying to figure out why it was buried in the spot it was buried in. Mary has stopped me from digging up the property. I'm not allowed to take the backhoe and go searching for anything valuable on the property anymore, because we're not going to turn this into Oak Island. Oh, might as well tell you, yep, we bought yet another tractor. It's a bigger tractor, and I'm using it to move some of the big trees around on the property, and it does a really good job of that. Although it's a little bit rougher of a ride, it does a really good job at what we're using it for. It has a rake attachment on the back, which is really cool. It's going to help me build the trails for Mary's running trail around the property. We also have a mower deck on the way for that so that we can mow all the grass because it's really getting high.
Grappler?
We have a grappler coming for the small tractor. Plus it has to go in for some repairs because now I have hydraulic leaks because I've been using it so much. I think that's where I am. I'm continuing the cleaning up on the hill. It's looking really good. Working on moving trees, getting the dead trees out of the yard, trying to move them into one place. And working on the cabin still. There's an update on that. We have bugs. Mary hates the bugs. They're coming up and they're very interesting, some of the bugs. Apparently everything in Arizona either bites, stings, or it will kill you. So we're working on those things. Mary is going to take over at this point because she wants to point out something. So, Mary?
All right, so switcheroo, we've changed directions a little bit. Now the crows are deciding to be part of this conversation.
Ravens.
The ravens. So this is going to be my garden when it's done. So this has been my side project that I've been working on. And so we bought 2 roses to plant out here. When I bought these roses, they were full of flowers. They were full of buds. And as you can see, they have neither right now. So apparently the bunnies and the deer love to eat rosebuds, which I didn't know. So I have since put deer repellent spray around them. So we will see if buds come back out on them and survive the deer. But the deer have enjoyed them, and we've seen the little hoof prints around here, so we know the deer are eating my roses. But they seem to be thriving okay. I've planted gladiolas in one of the areas around here. I've been cleaning this up to kind of go with the natural flow of the rock, so to let it really create kind of its own kind of flow and garden. And then yesterday, so the reason that today's June 4th and Mike brought that up is today is my birthday. And so my family has been sending me some presents. So Mom, thank you for the money. I bought a St. Francis statue for my garden with the birthday money that you sent me. So now I have St. Francis looking over my garden, and I will continue to build this out. The other thing I've been working on is thanks to Troy for taking us to a barn sale and for bringing us some of his old antique furniture. He had some great old patio furniture. I wanted kind of like the 50s, 60s kind of antique furniture, and he had that. And so he brought it over to us. I've been spray painting it to brighten it up. And we will show you in another video what we've done to the patio area where we found the money. So, which everybody's now calling the money pit because that's where we found all the money. So we have since done a lot of work to put down flagstone. We put down cinders around it, and I'm finishing up the furniture that's going to go sit on it, and then I'm going to have a lovely place to work outside during the summer months. So that's really what I've been focused on. The other interesting thing that happened this morning is Mike and I were standing in the kitchen, and all of a sudden a huge elk went running through the yard. So it came from this direction, past the cabin, and then out into the field. And so he was a big guy, had a huge rack on him, but went running off that direction. So I'm not sure what was chasing him, why he was running, but he was moving. So that was kind of fun this morning to look out and see a huge elk with a huge rack on it just go tearing through the yard. So that's not something you see in Florida, but it is something that we are starting to see more and more here. So that's pretty exciting. That and the bunny rabbits. We have 2 kinds of rabbits. We have the little cute bunny rabbits that you think of Easter bunny rabbits. And then we have jackrabbits whose ears are literally a foot tall. These things are huge. They're big, big rabbits. So Spooky's been enjoying the bunny rabbits because they like to hang out by Mike's truck, and that's where Spooky's cat condo overlooks to. So he's been enjoying the bunny rabbits. We also have a lot of hummingbirds that hang out by the window by my office. So we're going to put hummingbird feeders out. We have to go get more bird seed because the birds definitely love the feeders that I have out for them. So we're feeding the animals. We have a lot of animals around us, which is great. And as you can see, it's a beautiful day, and I have no idea what we're doing today for my birthday because Mike said it's a surprise. So we're headed off.
Going to Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah, he keeps saying Chuck E. Cheese. There's not a Chuck E. Cheese around here. But I thought we were going hiking, so I completely dressed in hiking clothes. And Michelle, I put on the t-shirt you gave me so that I could go hiking in that. And then he looked at me and said, you have to completely change your clothes because that's not what we're doing today. So here I am, dressed completely different. So anyways, we're headed off for the day. So we hope you all have a great day, have a great weekend, and we will talk to you again soon. Thanks for joining us.
Bye everybody.